Welcome to this powerful and eye-opening journey based on the timeless wisdom of Neville Goddard. In this video, we're going to explore one of the most important ideas you'll ever hear when it comes to shaping your life and manifesting your desires. The world is like a mirror, it reflects what you think you are. This isn't just a nice quote to repeat. This is a truth that can change everything, if you really understand it. Because the reality around you, the people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, the love you receive, the money you attract, the problems you face, the joy you feel, all of it is being reflected back to you, like a mirror showing you your own thoughts, your beliefs, your self-concept. So many people try to change their lives by working harder, doing more, chasing success, begging for love, wishing for luck, or blaming others when things go wrong. But very few stop and look within. Very few realize that the outside world is not a cause, it's an effect. It's not the master, it's the servant. And it's not separate from you, it's reflecting you. That's why Neville Goddard said, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. He didn't say maybe. He didn't say only if you're lucky or if things are going well. He said you will automatically change the world. That's the power of this idea. And today, we're going to walk through it step by step, in a way that's simple, real, and transformational, because if you've been struggling, if you've been doubting, if you've been feeling like you're stuck or invisible or not enough, this is your moment to understand why and how that can change, starting today. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection. If you smile, the mirror smiles. If you frown, it frowns. If you lift your hand, the mirror lifts its hand. You would never try to change the reflection by grabbing the mirror and forcing it to move, right? That would be silly. You'd change yourself, and the reflection would change automatically. The same thing applies to life. If you want people to treat you with more respect, you must first respect yourself. If you want more money, you must begin to see yourself as someone who is valuable, abundant, and capable. If you want love, you must love yourself first. Not in a cliché way, but in a deep, meaningful way that feels real. Your self-image is the signal you send out to the universe, and the universe always responds. The world responds. People respond. Life bends and shifts and rearranges itself according to your self-perception. This is not about arrogance. This is not about pretending or faking it. It's about seeing yourself clearly, the way you want to be, and then living in alignment with that vision. Because once you do, life can't help but reflect it. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's law. This is the mirror principle, and it's always working, whether you know it or not. So the real question is, what are you broadcasting? What are you seeing in yourself that life is reflecting back? What kind of opportunities will you attract? What kind of people will respond to you? Probably not the ones you want. But if you wake up and begin to tell yourself a new story, even if you don't fully believe it yet, if you begin to say, I am valuable. I am seen. I am ready. I am more than enough. I am loved. I am worthy. And you say it with feeling, with repetition, with commitment, things begin to shift. Maybe not all at once, but they will shift. Because the mirror doesn't change until you do. That's the key. You go first. You smile first. You change your posture, your thoughts, your self-talk, your attitude, and the world will mirror it back. Over time, consistently, with power. This is how you become the creator of your life, not the victim of it. Because the mirror has no choice. It can only reflect what's in front of it. So if you want more, if you're ready for a new chapter, it begins with a decision to think higher of yourself, to see yourself as someone who is capable of becoming what you want, no matter where you've been, no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter what anyone else has said. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your trauma. You are what you choose to believe you are now. And once you accept that, once you realize that the mirror of life is only showing you what you've accepted as true, you gain power. Power to rewrite the story. Power to step into a new self-image. Power to become the version of you that matches the life you dream of. So take a moment today. Look at your life. Look at the results. Don't judge them, don't blame anyone, just observe. What is life showing you about your beliefs? And then ask yourself, what would change if I began to think differently? What would life look like if I truly believed I was enough? That I was powerful. That I was capable. That I was already everything I need to be. That simple shift, that inner change, can begin to change everything. Because again, the world is a mirror. It's not holding anything back from you. It's just waiting for you to see yourself the way you want to be, and once you do, life will reflect it back to you, in ways that will surprise you, support you, and ultimately, transform you. Now let's go even deeper, because the more you begin to grasp this mirror concept, the more you start to see just how powerful your mind really is. You might be thinking, but I didn't choose the pain I've been through. I didn't choose the heartbreak, the setbacks, the people who treated me unfairly. And you're right, it's not about blame. It's about understanding that even if you didn't consciously choose those things, your subconscious beliefs may have played a part in attracting or accepting them. This isn't about guilt, it's about gaining freedom. When you realize that the mirror reflects who you think you are, not always who you really are, you begin to understand why your life might not yet match your potential. There's a huge difference between your true worth and what you believe about your worth. Because the person who believes they can change will act differently. They'll speak differently. They'll expect differently. And slowly, the world will begin to reflect those small internal shifts. It's like planting seeds, you don't see the fruit right away, but the process has begun. And if you keep planting, if you keep watering those beliefs with repetition, with emotion, with action, the mirror starts to show you a new image. The outer world starts catching up to the inner world. The reflection catches up to the identity. So don't worry if nothing looks different right away. The mirror always works, but it reflects what is most consistent, not what is temporary. That's why doubt is so dangerous. When you believe something good for a moment, then cancel it with worry or fear or, what if it doesn't work, you interrupt the process. The mirror starts to shift, and then stops. That's why persistence matters. The mirror needs to see a clear, steady image to reflect. So be patient with yourself, be consistent. Be kind. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a child you love, because that's what your subconscious is. It's a child, emotional, sensitive, and always listening. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm a failure, I never get ahead, nothing ever works out for me, your subconscious believes you. And then the world starts behaving that way. Not because you're cursed, but because you're commanding it through belief. But flip that script. Start feeding yourself a new narrative. I am strong. I am worthy. I am becoming more powerful every day. Things are working out for me. I am favored by life. Even if it feels unfamiliar at first, keep going. Because it's the repetition that rewires your belief. And belief is what the mirror responds to. Not wishing. Not hoping. Belief. So how do you build that belief? Start by acting as if it's already true. Neville called this, living in the end. If you want to be successful, act like a successful person would, speak with confidence, carry yourself with pride, treat your time with respect. If you want to be loved, act like someone who is deeply lovable, take care of yourself, set boundaries, walk with your head high. Not for show, but because you believe you're worth it. That's what the mirror is watching. That's what life is responding to. You might not control every detail of your life, but you absolutely control your self-concept, and that is the source of everything. The world is like a mirror, and that mirror is listening to the voice you use when you talk to yourself. What are you saying? What are you claiming? What version of you are you agreeing with? Because every single day, you are either reinforcing an old reflection or creating a new one. The choice is always yours. It doesn't matter what your past says. It doesn't matter what people have called you. It doesn't matter what you failed at before. All of that belongs to a version of you that no longer has to exist. The real you, the powerful you, the inspired you, the fearless you, is always waiting behind the mirror, ready to be reflected the moment you believe in it. So believe in it now. Start small. Start with just one thought. I am not who I used to be. Let that be your truth. And tomorrow, let it grow. Because the mirror is listening. Life is listening. And it's ready to change the moment you do.